Here are some finishing tips which keeps in your consideration while writing for radio program. Let's discuss one by one. The first one is time. Time is a significant constraint in radio journalism. You are expected to plan your program or deliver a report in a restricted time. If unable to do so, you may be off the air. It is advised to file a straight report of approximately 80 seconds. An illustrated report should be of 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Time management is a crucial skill in writing for radio, as the Hindi saying goes, "Gagar mein sagar bharna." Sometimes radio producer asks, "Can you tell your story in 5 simple words?" It may sound harsh, but it increases your focus. The second one is the pace. The pace of broadcasting is a big issue. If you are writing a report or dispatch to be read by an anchor whose pace is slow, you must write your story accordingly. If the anchor has a decent pace, then you can follow the conventional approach. The pace is light to time management. Third one is pronunciations. Needless to remind again that radio is a medium of spoken words. Some words don't go well when spoken together. You can replace them with more suitable words. Check the pronunciation of the new and unfamiliar words. Include phonetic elements in your script to avoid stumbling and help pronounce the word rightly. The fourth one is numbers and symbols. In radio journalism, listeners face trouble in understanding and retaining numbers if they are big and complex. As we talk using words like approx, more than, not less than, and about, we also use it for radio scripts. For example, a budget deficit of rupees 24,989 will be written as about 25,000. Even if you are dealing with budget and statistics, don't jam your story with too many figures. Now I had like to look at creative skills. Writing with sound and audio. Radio is a medium of sound, and radio producers use various ambience, audio and sound bites to make the story authentic, lively and exciting. For example, if the story is about fishermen, it will be helpful to add the sound of sea waves. If the report is about a marketplace, the mall's ambience could be used. For announcement and declaration or news events, ministers or officials are interviewed. And a part of those interviews, short clips are weaved in the report to illustrate it. Writing a story, mixing with the audio and ambience is an art which is learned through knowledge and practice. Following are some of the tips. Introduce the bite. In your voiceover, prior to the sound bite, always mention the official's name and designation and indicate the nature of his statement. If a minister is against some policy, you may write, "He expressed his discontent" in the sentence just before the bite. Introducing a sound bite is necessary for radio to prepare the audience for who will speak and what the person will say. Don't repeat the content of the quote. Writing or repeating the content of bite in voice-over is a common mistake many journalists often commit. The statement of the quote is described in the voice-over and then the bite is played. This is mere repetition. Instead, write the essence of the quote or give editorial input. Also remember to give an exciting opening to the quote. Say for example, in responding to the inflation crisis, the RBI governor had this to say is a weak lead. While better lead in, the RBI governor defended the monetary policy amidst the inflation crisis. Always big announce whosever sound bite is used, it should be told again to the listeners. Remember that a broadcaster and bites present in the report are like an audio break. So the listener needs to be reminded about the person whose voice he listened just then. Writing back an announcement or lead out is essential to continue the flow of your story. Explain the terms. If it is essential to use technical terms, always explain them. For instance, if the story is about budget and CRR has to be mentioned, it is advisable to write cash reserve ratio and explain its significance. Apply creativity. Use ambience and audio in a creative manner. Introduce or back announce the sound or ambience as the structure permits with colorful and picturesque words, descriptive adjectives and forceful verbs. It brings some feeling into your writing because you deal with human emotions. But don't make it too colorful. It will make the story dull. Avoid sound clashes. Don't write words that have a similar sound. For example, the building was built by PWD. They may sound confusing for a listener. Abbreviation. Abbreviation and acronyms should be used with care and caution. Suppose one is not sure whether the audience will be able to connect and understand the organization's name or government project. Better use the explanatory form. As a general rule, broadcasters don't pack their story with abbreviations but prefer to explain it until they are very popular terms. For example, ISRO and NREGA may be very commonly understood, but NHRC or NACO need explanation. We have learned the art and craft of radio writing. Just a humble and quick reminder of: don't start with a statement. Don't start your story with long sentences. Don't cram the lead with all the information. Don't jam pack the story with too many facts and figures. Don't use complex sentences. Don't use too many clauses. Don't use unfamiliar and challenging words. That's about it for now. I hope my presentation today will help you to understand writing style for radio program. Thanks for attention. I look forward to helping you with more cutting edge content with this regard. Till then, start writing, keep writing, no matter what it is. Forget all rules, write for yourself. Namaste.